Welcome back to another video, guys. I'm going to be doing a story time on my 8th grade field trip. This could have also been ninth grade, I'm not 100% sure. So, we were going to go to Six Flags, and we're kind of like we were in a way smaller school. There's probably about maybe 24 people in my graduating class, just to give you a little bit of an idea of how small the school was. We also, it was like one of those preschool all the way through high schools. Sorry, I gotta drink some water real quick. Hydration is important. What did we do on this field trip? We went to Six Flags, and being like the fifth, I was probably like 14. Being the 14, 15-year-old that I was dared to moon the cars behind us while on the school bus. So I go ahead, proceed to do that. I got wrote up. I think I got suspended for like 2 days maybe. But we actually get there to Six Flags because it's not like they're gonna turn the bus around. Um, at Six Flags, it was me, my buddy Blake, and I think that was it in our group. We might have had a third kid. I can't remember. But we went on to. Sorry, another hydration break. We went on to one of the roller coasters, and I somehow randomly started getting a bloody nose. The blood got literally everywhere, all over the front of my shirt, all over the roller coaster. It was pretty awful. I had to go buy a new shirt. I was pretty embarrassed. There's snot blood all over me. All the other kids are like, "What the hell?" Um, so after I get my new shirt, I think this might have been. Hold on, let me think. Yeah, so after I got my new shirt, this might have been like an hour or two after, we were getting food, and none of the other classmates or teachers came up to us, saw us, or anything like that. Both of our phones died. Apparently, they were looking for us for hours. They were gonna put out an Amber Alert for these two missing children when we were just sitting here eating some pizza. One of the teachers finally comes up to us and she's like, "Oh my god, we were looking all over the place for you guys." Like, I kind of felt bad for her because, yeah, you almost lost your job losing two children, but I mean, we were all good eating some pizza. It was good and delicious. Um, I don't really think too many people are gonna watch these videos, so I'm just gonna go on and ramble. This is more like a channel for if I get dementia or Alzheimer's, so I can remember some of my memories. That'd be nice. I'm really trying to think. So during the same year, or this might have been the year after, we had this science project, and me and Blake were always each other's lab partners just because we were best friends, and we didn't want to do the work with anybody else. We had social anxiety. We didn't want to talk with nobody, nobody else. Um, so yeah, we pair up into our lab partner groups, and we have to grab 3 different vials. I believe we were making elephant toothpaste or something else. I cannot remember half of the stuff that we did inside of school, but um, we had to make the whatever the hell we were making. Go grab the first vial, end up dropping it on accident. Whole class looks at me, teacher looks at me. I'm just like sitting there, like, well, that's oops. There's not really much they can do in that situation. You know, it's like everybody looks at you expecting you to be able to fix the thing. Like, let me just unwind time real quick. My bad. But teacher ended up being like, oh, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. I dropped the second one. I don't know how that happened. I think maybe my hand was wet because I just, like, washed it off from a chemical getting on it. I really have no excuse for dropping the second one. And, yeah, the teacher was looking at me all crazy, like, okay, now, Nolan, you can't handle any of the glass anymore. You keep breaking it. We're a broke school. Can't buy too many of those. So, Blake was in charge of handling all the glass. We're almost done with this project. We just gotta pour one more thing into the other flask. Somehow, miraculously, while I'm doing my work, I don't know how this flask comes up behind my elbow and I, boom, knock it off. I got sent out of the classroom, I believe, because I was apparently breaking them on purpose. Never broke 3 things in one day. I felt like that might have been a bad omen. If you break something, or if you get into just a side note, yeah, if you get into a car crash, if you do anything bad, it could be an omen for worse things to come. I haven't gotten into a crash in like maybe 3 years, 4 years, but just recently, maybe like a month or 2 ago, I was leaving my buddy's house, and I didn't see the stop sign behind me. I ended up bumping right into it. Or it was probably like used to be a stop sign. Basically, I pulled up into his alleyway that led to his backyard, and there was a sign post with no post on it. So stop sign, yield sign, we'll never know. But yeah, I backed up into that. And the rest of my week was going perfectly fine until I realized that my girlfriend of 3 years cheated on me, and yeah, we broke up. It was a really rough patch for a little bit, but I'm kind of over it now. She wasn't really worth my time anyways. But yeah, that was a really bad omen. And when people say knock on wood, do that. Because another thing that happened in this relationship is she said, I'd never broken a bone in my life. Maybe a month or 2 after, it could have been a week. Honestly, my time frames are all over the place. She falls and breaks her wrist outside. You know, I feel like you speak a lot of things into the universe, and it listens, even when you don't want it to. If you want positive stuff to happen, you just gotta think positively. But if you think your life is going negatively and you don't do anything to change that, you're just gonna be stuck in that pattern for forever until something pulls you out of it, but you have nothing other than yourself to rely on. It's kind of what growing up is. You realize you're your biggest supporter, no matter like how much you think other people support you or how much they love you. They could always turn the next day. Something always could happen, and you gotta love yourself more than them. It's just like the end all be all, because you are important. You're worth it. Their value of you doesn't equal what you truly are, essentially. I was stuck thinking that for like probably a good 2 months until I had that realization. Kind of really sucks.